Hello, how are you? Welcome to Trust Your Gut.
Trust your gut, yes.
Trust your gut. It's better than busting a gut, I guess, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Trust
So,
gut, not butt,
yeah,
butt gut.
exactly. We're
Butt
talking
gut.
about gut health today and how it's connected to the rest of your body. Um, and yeah, and we want to make it fun, so we're gonna try to be punny.
You're trying to be funny, okay.
Yeah. All right. So, a quick introduction. My name's Cheryl. I've been in the fitness industry for over 20 plus years, and on a health journey, and losing some weight, getting healthy, all that stuff. And one of the things that wanted to do is to teach about all areas of health. And one of the ones that I find of interest, and I know Sandy probably agrees, is your gut health. So we're going to talk about that today. And Sandy, you can introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. It's Sandy here, and thanks for joining us and spending your time with us. We really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm in the health and wellness industry. I've been for several years. It's a passion of mine to help people and first off, get my own health, and help people create their health and lifestyle and change lives. So I'm passionate about it too. And there's so many things. There's so many things to learn. You can always be learning, and I'm always learning. We're always learning. So yeah, I love to share, and I like to share with Cheryl.
There you go.
Yeah.
So to start off, we just want to have a little bit of fun. So we're going to just put this on there. So support bacteria. It's the only culture some people have.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
And then the face slap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we're talking about your gut health and how it's connected to your body. So I'm just going to continue at the slide. So microbiome is the chemistry or of your gut. It's your gut bacteria. Um, Organisms, and we're just going to talk about why it's important. And so I just put together some slides, some talking points, and we'll just interject as we go through. So what is the gut bacteria responsible for? Well, digestion of the nutrients of your body. So you can see if your gut bacteria is not working up to par, then it's going to be harder for you to break down those foods. And so certain foods with fiber can help with absorption and digestion. And yeah, and if you have any suggestions or you want to interject there, I don't know.
Oh.
Or you just go like this when you want to.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's important how digestion and nutrient. And if your gut isn't working properly, it's harder for it. It's harder for the gut to disperse the nutrients, right? And the nutrients is what you need in your body so that you can be healthy. And if you have a gut issue and you eat really really healthy, but you have a gut issue, there's some concern there. So yeah, it's really important. A lot of people don't even think about your gut, but yeah, but we're gonna dig into the gut.
Yeah,
We're gonna
trust
get
your
to the
gut.
gut of the matter.
There you go. Okay, so immune function. Um, so it plays a crucial role and helps protect against pathogens and supports the immune system's response to infections and disease. So just in case you didn't know, your gut health is a big player in your immunity. So
That is, yeah, yeah, and I don't think a lot of people think about that, right?
yeah,
That the gut is related to your immune system. Like if you're having situations in your gut, you're gonna have situations in your immune system. So a lot of people don't even think of the correlation between the two. But yeah, it's pretty interesting when you think about our bodies are pretty phenomenal the way it works. Yeah, so immune function, the gut, right?
yep, yep,
Yeah.
exactly. I like this one, metabolism. Most people don't even think about it. Like they think, okay, well, I can eat healthy, but then if you have sugars and lots of like fats, carbohydrates, if your gut isn't healthy and not functioning up to par, then it's going to make it harder to break down the fats and carbohydrates, and then you create an imbalance, and then it can kind of snowball, and then you might have obesity issues or type 2 diabetes. So yeah, it's one of those things I think you just don't realize, or you don't think. And metabolism, the word itself, it kind of gets thrown around a lot. And yeah, so anyway, it's important.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And you're right. People metabolism, they don't say, "Oh, my metabolism is off. I wonder what's wrong with my gut."
Yeah.
They don't. It's like they don't correlate the two. And you know, if you have, like you say, your microbiome, it, when you're breaking down your carbohydrates and your gut isn't working properly, it not only your immune system, but it's also causing inflammation in your body, right? Which can cause disease. So it's pretty interesting for sure.
I know everything is like so connected. It's
Hmm.
crazy. Like all the topics we've had through the last few weeks, like stress and sleep and sugar and inflammation, and they all tie together. Like they all tie together, right?
Yeah.
And then this one is relatable. I'm going to start, and then I know you have some stuff you want to say for this, but brain function and mental health. So I'll talk about brain function, and then I'll let Sandy talk about the mental health part. But the brain function, if you've ever been nervous or felt anxiety, and then all of a sudden you have to go to the bathroom. So your gut is talking to your brain, and your brain is talking to your gut. So they talk to each other all the time. And so if you have a healthy gut, healthy brain, healthy thoughts, healthy gut, it's a circle. So it's really important to try to have a balance, and we can talk about how we can do that later. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And healthy gut, healthy
Mhm.
brain, healthy gut. And like there is lots of research and studies that we're learning more and more about. Especially with COVID, but there's some people with depression and all these problems that people are having, and they're realizing it's from the gut. If you fix the gut to help the brain, right? And vice versa. What you think goes to your gut and back and forth. So it's really interesting studies on your what you think and your brain, and on so many people with, like I say, problems with depression, a lot of different mental um, situations, right? So, yeah,
And a lot of times you don't even realize that they're connected.
no,
If the anxiety part, I know that I've had that, and you know, learning to combat that has helped. Learning to or taking control of my gut health, like we said, by eating healthier and things like that. Um, it's all linked,
yeah,
and when you feel good in one area, it affects other areas as well.
hmm,
All right, next one. And we talked about this, but that's okay. We can come back to it.
oh
So
yeah,
so yeah, the inflammation. So the gut regulates inflammation, and like we had said in previous weeks about your diet and sugar and all this stuff, and now we're adding in the mix the
mhm,
bacteria or the biome in your gut, um, which again, the inflammation and such a circle. between the chronic inflammation, what you're eating, your brain, your body, like it just
Yeah, and like your biome. Okay, your gut. You have good bacteria and you have bad bacteria, right? So your gut, you know, you want to have good. Want to have more good bacteria, right? And certain things other things will also affect that, like toxins, what's the air that you breathe, water that you drink, things like that will also affect your um, your your bacteria, your good bacteria, right? And I mean, I know this is probably, I mean, people have their own opinion, but with COVID, with all the hand sanitizers, what was happening when people were using the hand sanitizers is it was killing all the good bacteria, right? And so then what's happening is you're creating more bacteria, and it's a lot harder to replace the good bacteria, right?
Mhm.
Than get rid of the bad bacteria. So that's kind of the balance that you're looking for. You want to have good bacteria, right?
Right.
So yeah.
Exactly. So, having talked about all the crappy things that can happen when your bacteria or your biome or gut bacteria is not in balance and not working for you, these are some of the solutions that you can um, try to implement in your life to alleviate that. So, as we had mentioned, eating a balanced and diverse diet, high in fiber, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins. Um, it helps promote healthy gut. I know you have a list that you're going to go over here in a second. Some fermented foods, such as yogurt, and some of these I haven't had. Kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut a little bit, um, because they contain the probiotics that can help maintain the balance. Um, yeah, and I'll let you go through some other foods
Yeah,
a little bit.
when you're coming to like fermented foods like kimchi and sauerkraut, just make sure you are aware of the sugar content, because sometimes some of those can have a high sugar content. So just look for ones that are lower in sugar. Um, things that really help is stuff like broccoli, um, kale, bok choy, fiber. You need fiber from plants, right?
Mhm.
Like eggs, nuts, cherries, bananas. You need omega 3s, right? And you need those amino acids in there too. So, because what you want to do is um, you want the body to absorb whatever it is that's going into your gut, and high protein, right? And polyphenols, which is like your antioxidants, which is
Mhm.
important for gut health. Yeah.
Exactly. And then one of the next one is reduce stress, and we've talked about this so many times, and regular exercise and mindful meditation and yoga, spending time in nature, doing hobbies that you enjoy. Um, Again, it's or breathing exercise, the stuff that doesn't take that long but can help kind of ground you, especially if you do have the anxiety and that does affect your body. If you're one of those people where you know you're going to have a stressful day and then you get up and you're like having like a morning meditation or something to kind of ground yourself to help to reduce that stress is definitely helpful.
Mhm. And on top of all this, important, sleep, sleep, sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Mm-hmm.
quality sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can take all these things, if you don't having a good quality sleep, and it's really affecting so many people right now. Sleep, they're not necessarily sleeping enough, and when they are sleeping, they're not getting a good quality sleep. They're awake. So sleep is also really important. And an interesting fact is that if you eat before you go to bed, um, it's actually not good for your gut. What happens is 1 hour after you go to bed, your body starts producing the growth hormones, And now they found that people that ate before they went to bed actually had a lower immune system, and they're finding they have more disease and more hormone issues. So it would be like, let's say you go to bed and you're in the middle of the night, because that's when your body's doing all its stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you go to bed, and it would be like someone waking you up at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, "Okay, let's go out here, let's run, let's do this, let's do that." You know what I mean? It's just so overwhelming, and you're just like sluggish. Well, that your body is trying to do all these things, and but it has to digest all this food, right? So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting
Yeah,
too.
that's cool. Like to um to know that. So now I learned something. So thanks. No guts, no glory, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, that's too funny.
Okay, so I always knew this one. No, avoid antibiotics, and I have tried for years because I heard, and I can't verify this 100% because I didn't double check it, that it takes a while for the bacteria, the good bacteria, to build up to the level that it was before you took your antibiotics. So
Mhm.
I tried, and I hadn't taken it for years, and then I had to go to the dentist and I had to take antibiotics. So I was kind of bummed because I stayed away from anything that would affect my gut bacteria, like stevia, things that you put in your body that your body doesn't recognize. Now your gut's trying to deal with stuff that it has no idea what it is. So I, tried not to do that, and then this happened, and then yeah. So, and I saw this little cartoon, and I wish I put it on here and I didn't, but it's a little pill bottle and holding a sign that says probiotics, and then there's one on the other side's a pill thing, it says antibiotics, right? So pro and anti, right? So one, you're promoting the healthy gut bacteria, and the other one you're not, because you're killing off bacteria to heal your body, but you're also killing off the good bacteria, right?
Right.
So it just totally disrupts the balance. And so if there's any way that you can avoid it, great. If not, you can try to get a really good probiotic to help with that. And if you're not sure which it's a good one, because there's a lot out there, and some are live and some are not, and some you kill, whatever. Feel free to put probiotic in the comments so we can kind of give you an indication of what a good one would be. But anyway,
Yeah.
and I know you have some stuff that you were you wanted, I think, if I'm not mistaken, about maybe not. I don't know. You you jump in if you have anything to say.
I have so much in my head here. Yeah, and then taking probiotics. Sometimes you have to, there'll be instructions in there. Take probiotics. Like if you're on antibiotics, you have to be careful when you take your probiotics compared to because if you're taking medication, in some cases you wouldn't take a probiotic 2 hours before or after you have before that antibiotic. And also, you should continue. I mean, I believe you should take probiotics all the time, but and you should continue taking your probiotics a minimum of 7 to 14 days after you finish your antibiotics to help build up that your good bacteria in there. So yeah, it's. I mean, some people they have to take antibiotics. We have nothing against that, but it's just
Mhm.
being aware of what you can do to counteract that, to get that good bacteria back into your gut, right? So yeah, and just yeah, and and like I said, there's lots of different probiotics out there. So and don't forget that they're actually living organisms, right? Microbiome. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you got one that goes in the fridge. You don't want, because you're killing the bacteria, right? You want them in a dark glass container, right? and kept in a cool place. There's certain things, and the strains. How many strains are there, right? And that's important too, and how many colony units there are. So there's a lot of things, right, to look at. But Cheryl, I'll be happy to give you a tip and help you out with a probiotic. And a probiotic that has prebiotics in it is also a really, really good idea if you can find that, right?
So
Yeah.
what are prebiotics?
Well, it's
On the spot, on the spot. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay, prebiotic is okay. Prebiotics is food for gut bacteria and fiber in foods, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh, lucky I got it right?
Well, there you go.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, and it's good. You don't realize the difference for what the gut has on your whole body. What the gut does for you and your health. The inflammation. Different things that it can affect, like if you have gut issues, you can have constipation, you can have brain fog, joint discomfort, gassy, like I said, difficulty losing weight. So it's important to really think about your gut, because people don't really think about their gut until they have a stomach ache or something.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. It's totally true.
So,
It's like when myself, I'm lactose intolerant. So when I did the lactose test, I was really thinking about my gut at that time because it was pretty painful. So yeah, I mean,
you're telling us you were having a gas?
Oh yes, I sounded like a deflating balloon. It was awesome.
Oh dear. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
you have to just have to trust your gut. Go
yeah,
with what go with what
yeah,
go
yeah.
with that gut feeling. If it
That's
doesn't
right.
feel
Right.
good, then it's probably not good for your gut.
Yeah, and it actually is really good for your gut too, to have exercise outside,
Hmm.
because what that does is that affects your if you're like even just walking in the sunshine outside affects here, which also will affect your gut, right?
Right.
Something as simple as that
Yeah.
will really help you. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Yeah. And your body. I think I don't know if we mentioned, we might have, I don't know. Your body doesn't necessarily know how to deal with some of the like processed foods,
Oh, I was
right?
just thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a foreign invader. It just has no idea. And so if you're eating a lot like that, then your gut's not going to be healthy, and you might be, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah. It's so funny, Cheryl, because I was just thinking that exact thing. Because I was going to mention it earlier, and I had forgot. But
yeah,
yeah, if it's processed, ultra processed foods, if it's anything, if you can't, anything, the ingredients that are on the package, if you can't make that in your kitchen, then that's what an ultra processed food. And your gut does not like ultra processed or processed foods, because it's foreign to the gut and it doesn't know what to do.
mm-hmm,
What do I do with this, right?
right,
So yeah, and that can cause um, uh, issues as well.
yeah, exactly. I know, and like everything we've talked about in the last few weeks, everything is connected.
Yeah.
But this is a health journey, so I mean, you have to pick what's where you want to start, what's important to you. If you feel you have gut issues, you're bloated, and you want to start there, then start there. But it will snowball, because if you take care of that, you're going to be eating healthier. You're going to maybe going for a walk a few times a week. Um, then maybe you'll sleep better. Then
Yeah.
it will snowball the other way. But it's
Right.
really important just to pick one thing that you want to start with,
Yeah.
or one area that you want to focus on, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, because I don't know if you know this, but it only takes 3 days for your gut to actually change. So
Cool.
if you're changing your habits, 3 days. It's not like 6 months or so. That's good,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Totally.
So yeah, don't get overwhelmed. Like Cheryl said, and we're here to help you and answer any questions, and feel free to reach out to either of us, and because that's what we like to do. We like to help people, and hopefully we're informing you too.
Yeah.
Great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So any more gut analogies?
Um,
I'm probiotic.
I'm probiotic. Bionic.
Anyway,
Are
anyway.
are you the biotic woman?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, if you want any information, you can reach out to either one of us if you're wondering what would be a good probiotic to have, or you want more information of how to look for a good one. Just put probiotics in the comments or reach out to us, and we'll give you some info. Other than that, we have lots of different videos on lots of different things, and if there's something that you want to see or you have questions, feel free.
Something you're interested in finding out about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do we have a next week topic? Yeah.
What I was going to talk about.
Okay, we don't.
Well, I do, but I don't know if we want to go from food to exercise and body and
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Correlations, yeah.
yeah. So possibly if it's a maybe.
Yeah.
I have it on my list, but then now I don't know.
Well, I'm prebiotic. I can do anything. Probiotic, I can
There
do.
you go. There we go. All right, Kay, we will do it. We'll do the muscle correlation and how to feel good on the inside when everything's flowing the way it's supposed to. So get those
Yes.
muscles going.
Yeah, yeah. You'll know, you'll have that gut feeling it's the right one.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. From our gut to yours, have a great one.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening and sharing your time with us.
Okay, bye.
Take care. Bye.